Shall we go to the front? Growing things and dying things and broken things and healing things. Yeah, it's such a delight to get to talk about. I think about this garden in so many ways. And like I said, this is probably the most public facing, right? It's the front. But I like even this to be really experiential and inviting. First, would you like a blackberry?
Oh, I would.
Hopefully that's a sweet one.
Mmm.
Yeah?
Delicious.
People stop and comment all the time.
Fun garden.
Yeah.
Thank
Worth videoing.
you. Thank you. People comment and stop and ask questions about it. And sometimes people say, oh, I love your garden. And other times people will say, oh, wow, that's quite a garden you have there. Looks like a lot of work. And sometimes that's my favorite moment, when they're actually sort of a little confused and curious about what exactly is going on. I mean, I like junk and I like discarded things and broken things. And I like seeing what I can do to make those beautiful and incorporate them into the garden. When people ask me, oh, what do you do? Or do you like to garden? I'll say yes. And then they say, what do you grow? And I never quite know exactly how to answer that question. Sometimes I'll say, beauty or mystery? Well, I think of gardening as my most central spiritual practice. And everything about it. It challenges me physically, intellectually, creatively, aesthetically, and it's about living and dying things, right? So it's spirituality embodied every single moment.
So where are you taking us?
To the pathway of brokenness. Well, I've always loved being of service to people. That, I think, originated in my childhood and has just continued to develop even professionally. And for the first third of my career, easily, I focused on grief and loss and death and dying and bereavement work. And that was some of the most meaningful, sacred work that I have ever done. I've often not found death to be weighty, but more something I'm curious about, and that it's a mystery that we all seem to understand, that it's mysterious, that it's hidden under some sort of human experience veil, and yet it's one of the most compelling things in our lives, right? Even if we're avoiding it, and even if we're not stepping in and really having the rites of passage that we want to have at the end of our lives, it's still potent. It's still in the room. And so I would say, let's turn that on its ear. Let's actually make it celebratory. Let's make it joyous. Even while it's sad, it can also be a full human experience in how it celebrates who we are as individuals, the love that we all share, the community that we share. And if we can harness those healing aspects, those supportive aspects of love and creativity and a sense of community, then maybe no one has to feel isolated. Maybe no one has to die alone. Maybe no one has to fear death or feel like it's a tragedy, but rather it's part of what happens, and let's embrace it and make it beautiful. So can we invest in it? Can we make it what we want it to be? Can we reclaim death to create the end that we want to have and that's right for us? You know, our creativity is such a powerful way that we understand our world, but it's still so mysterious. We know so little about it, really, in the grand scheme of things and our collective knowledge about creativity. And yet it can be so powerfully healing. I've seen that happen over and over again. And I want to apply that to the last days of people's lives and figure out how that creativity can really be impactful for a rich rite of passage, a beautiful rite of passage that we all have to go through. We make those decisions, and sometimes we make those decisions and we don't even know that we're making those decisions, right?
Right.
So how can we have awareness and consciousness around that such that we are as present and thoughtful for ourselves as we possibly can be? It's another reason why I really like a garden, because I think it allows you to enter into it. I hope that a garden like this gives you more than just, oh, that's pretty, or oh, that's comfortable. Something that's thought-provoking and like, well, why does it look like that? And what might be going on here? Allowing us to ask those questions, to be curious, allow for some mystery, explore the mystery, challenge ourselves to be within that place of the unknown or the being discovered. That's an abutilon, tiger eye abutilon. They're so gorgeous, right? I want to dress like that.
May it be so.
May it be so. So mote it be. Well, I am such a believer in the importance and the power of creativity and the creative process. I think it's inherently healing. And I try to use the inherent benefit of creativity all the time. And that, coupled with the idea that everything is spiritual and every moment is sacred, somehow helps me be the best version of myself that I want to be, and maybe to be able to help others do that as well. There is something about being grounded in who you are, knowing yourself as best as possible, knowing your resources, finding those values that are most important to you and living as authentically as possible, that allows us to be fully present first and, in my opinion, foremost for yourself, but also for the world around you. If it's your loved ones, if it's people in another country that need some version of your support, if it's the homeless person that sleeps, on the sidewalk on your block. Those are things that we can do when we're being fully ourselves and grounded in our own resources and authenticity. I've been learning lessons from this garden and gardening and the sort of living, vibrant world around me for a long time. That stewarding, to use the word that you referenced, has taught me so much and given me such a canvas for me to create and play with color and find the inherently mystical qualities of pink or the blue gate or painting a ceiling over my deck deep red. Let's make that richness unfold and create a world that is caring and kind and humanistic and makes a difference in this world, for us as individuals, but for us collectively as well.